Christine Lucas makes her way through the brambles along the banks of the Campbell River, seeking peace near the water, the most life-sustaining gift on earth, and the interconnection among all living beings.
It's a very big part of our spirituality in my culture. We cleanse ourselves in the water when we lose a family member. For myself, today, if I wasn't in pain, I would be in the water or something to cleanse myself, to get rid of all the negative, replace it with positive. Yeah, it's a very big part of our spirituality in my culture.
These days, Christine has a renewed sense of serenity in her life. The river is a place to reconnect and find refuge. Ten years ago, Christine was calling the streets and alleyways of downtown Eastside Vancouver home.
I lived down Skid Row. I made it to Vancouver when I was 13 years old. I bumped into the wrong crowd and they became my family, and I got lost on the streets of Skid Row off and on for 18 years.
By all accounts, a long time to exist in a high-risk lifestyle, until one day she finds herself standing at a turning point.
I was staying at my auntie's hotel room, and the desk clerk called my auntie's room and said that somebody was at the door for us. So I went to go check, and it was my grandfather, and I've always been heavy set like this. You know, I've always been healthy. But after being down in Vancouver, I went from 189 pounds to 110 pounds in like 2 months. And my grandfather, Pat, when I hugged him, he hugged me and he just said, "What are you doing to yourself? I'm hugging nothing but bones," you know? And it was like, after he said that to me, I had all the dope in my hand, in my pocket. I could not enjoy my highs anymore after he said that to me. And I gave myself a head shake and I snapped out of it, and I've been clean since.
10 years have passed. Christine is putting her life back together and is working closely with Leanne Wingert at AIDS Vancouver Island. Despite being down in the depths at one time, today Christine uses her experience to benefit others.
Try it out. Christina has put in a lot of effort to do a lot of inner strength that has really brought out her potential and her outer strength and her surviving of life, being a huge hero and survivor of life. And with that has come some pretty significant opportunities to do some speaking within our area, at least at this time. And part of that involves working with AIDS Vancouver Island to support Christine in working with providing her story, her life story, and her surviving to some of the youth in our school district 72.
Rebuilding, recovering, and reconstructing a life well worth living by sharing her story with others. In Campbell River, I'm Marjorie Greaves.